What's the most savage secret you ever had to keep from your own family? When I was 14, I had this uncle, Uncle Dave. He was definitely the black sheep. My parents, especially my dad, low-key despised him. They constantly called him a broke drifter who couldn't hold down a real job. One summer, my dad decided I needed to learn character, so he forced me to spend my entire vacation helping Dave clean out his trashed, rusted-out barn. So I walk in on day one, but Dave isn't cleaning. He's standing over this massive, completely torn-apart vintage muscle car, a 1969 Mustang. He looks dead at me, slides a crisp $100 bill across the workbench, and says, "Don't tell your dad about this, and you'll find out what it's for." So I didn't say a word. For the next 3 months, every single Saturday, I told my parents I was organizing Dave's tools. Yeah, no, we were completely rebuilding that Mustang from the ground up. He taught me how to weld, how to bleed the brakes, how to rebuild a V8 engine, literally everything. He told me if I kept my mouth shut about how much money he was sinking into it, he'd let me drive it. But that wasn't even the worst part. That's when I realized Dave wasn't just building a car for fun. He was literally facing eviction. He was pouring every last dime he had into this flip, while my dad sat at home constantly threatening to cut him off forever. Then, one afternoon, my dad decided to do a surprise inspection. He pulled up to the barn completely out of nowhere. We panicked. Dave threw a massive, dusty tarp over the Mustang literally 2 seconds before my dad aggressively pushed the doors open. Dad looked around the still messy barn, sighed, and just started verbally destroying Dave. He called him a hopeless loser right in front of me. I wanted to scream. The tension was suffocating, but I kept the secret. A few weeks later, the car was fully restored. It belonged in a museum. Dave kept his promise, let me drive it around the back roads, and then he completely disappeared. He sold the car to a private collector for a massive payday and just ghosted the family. Fast forward 2 full years, my 16th birthday. My dad is sitting in the living room giving me this huge, smug lecture about responsibility. He's going on and on about how money is way too tight for me to get a car and how I need to get a job. Honestly, at this point, I was used to it. I'm just nodding along. Suddenly, we hear this incredibly loud horn blare in the driveway. We walk outside. It's Dave. He's leaning